deal with the subject. How many of you are husbands? Professor Hayes, unless he denies today. You better put up your hand. Okay. How many of you are wives? How many of you are none of the above? Okay, so I have to adjust my discussion because I was under the impression we would have a lot of married people. But now, Professor, we are greatly outnumbered. Yeah, I got married in 1979, so next year will be 40 years staying with Rebecca. Of course, I met her earlier. She's already more than 40 years since we met, but we have only stayed in one room for soon next year it will be 40 years. And so when I was asked by Rehab to talk about holistic family relations, I wanted to emphasize that issue, especially of husband, wife, and children. Now I realize we are in the majority. So I'll still give principles, but I'll not emphasize marriage now that that's where you intend to go, but I'm not arrived yet. Many of you. Let me start with the 4 very important principles of good relationship. 4 very important principles of good relationship. If you are going to relate properly and well with the people, there are 4 important principles. Number 1, you must find value in the person. There's no way you relate properly if you can't see what is good about me. And so if you really want good family relationships, I think it will be important for you to find value. And you know, even the black sheep of your family, there is something good about them. You know, and it's in my friend the other day told me about how their grandmother was so old, they would have to move her outside during the day, leave her there, come for lunch, give her food, because she couldn't move herself. She was around 100 and couldn't breathe. Then one day she died, and people started stealing from the house. They realized the reason why people would pass at the gate and not steal is because there was a grandmother, totally useless according to them, but doing a very important thing. Am I communicating?
Yes.
Everybody has a value. The only trouble with that is that we don't look for it. If you want good relationship, you must find out what is valuable about that person. It's very, very important. And it will not be easy. You have to do a SWOT analysis on the person. You will find there is something. Of course, there are many. It's easy to pick out what is bad. But there's always something good. In my family, we've started a trend where if you are attending somebody's birthday, we insist that you must think of 2 to 3 things for which you praise the Lord that belong to the same family. You know, of course, somebody scratches, wonders, what do I say? They have just borrowed a little earlier. But we do not want to know about the tomorrow. We only want to find out what is it that you value the person for. And it's now become a trend, so everybody has to prepare. And of course, you have to try to remember what you say. You don't repeat what you said last year, because birthdays are rather regular. Now, but it's important to find out. And you know what happens is that you may have been annoyed by somebody, but as soon as you start thinking about what is good about them, why God gave them to your life, and what's positive about them, you start appreciating them, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it can be very useful. Now, the day before yesterday, I was to be in a Skype conference, and I tried my machine. I couldn't quite get through. They're asking for password, and you know those password UIT people just give us trouble. You say don't write it down, and then how do you remember? now I could see the Skype is coming. I just drove to my daughter's place, and of course it's supposed to be my password. She was able to work it out, and just before my Skype conference, it worked. And I was so grateful that the young people can help me. I get my point.
Yeah.
So when I'm asked what is useful, I just remember the rescue when I was stuck without that. By the way, I finally had called the person in the Skype to say, I don't think I'll be able to enter in. I'm having difficulty with this gadget. But I was helped. I want to tell you clearly. Of course, just now, I have my car is in the garage, and one of my other children said, "Dad, don't worry, Papa, you can take mine because I'm coming to Machakos." So I'm actually we came learning with an idea how to use somebody's car. It's not my car; it's my daughter's car. You know, my daughter and her husband are the ones who donated the car to me. Are you starting to see youthfulness?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we don't annoy each other.
Yeah.
It means that if you want good relationship, you must look for something. And you know you can find it. For example, remember that thief who broke into your house? Sure, you are annoyed with him. Start looking for something good and you remember he did not kill you.
Yeah.
You say, what a good thief. He just took things until you more things. Now, so all of a sudden, you have something. And many of the times why we don't have good family relationship is because we are unable to identify what is good about us. Mm-hmm. I know your mother may normally talk about ill of you, you know, you amount to nothing. Then you remember her sacrifice when you were in school. That time she had no money, but she had to buy some kerosene just so that you can pass your standard day. In our days, it was 7. In your days, standard 8. And you say, wow, my mother sacrificed for me to pass my. And all of a sudden, the end has that all these people, including the one yesterday when she insulted me, is secondary. This woman has been good to me. So that's the first principle of relationship. It starts by, first of all, ignoring what is wrong with them and looking for what is good about them. Why is that important? Because as soon as you find value in a person, the second principle works. It is the principle of forgiveness. Without the first principle, the second one is not possible. When you find value in a person, you now don't ignore the wrong things they have done to you. Like your mother telling you that you amount to nothing. That's not a good thing. But then you realize, this is the same woman that sacrificed for me to pass my KCPE. And so you forgive them. And you know, this second principle is biblical, just like the first one. Maybe I should go back to the first one. You understand why it is important. It's Genesis chapter 1, where we are told clearly, God is the one who created man. Genesis chapter 2, that he is the one who saw the man was helpless without a wife. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
Both of them are created by God. Now, if you don't value me, you are not criticizing me. You are criticizing my creator. Because you are telling my creator, when he was creating, he created trash. And God is not in the business of creating trash. If you can't find anything good about me, the problem is not me. The problem is you. There is always something good. So it's a biblical principle to value people. In fact, why we say death, murder is wrong, is because by murdering somebody, you are taking over responsibility from the Creator. The Creator is the one who says when you come and when you go. So that's the first one. So it's a biblical principle, valuing people because God values them. Find out what is good. Out of all the wrong things with this person, what is godly about him? What is in it? Now we come to the second one, of forgiveness. Again, it's a biblical principle. In fact, he makes us pray in the second commandment, he makes us pray. He says, forgive us our trespasses, only as we forgive those who trespass against us. The first time I understood that prayer, because I prayed for a long time until I hear, you mean this language? This is the kind of language the lawyers use. They say this will happen until and unless this other one happens. So that whenever you pray the Lord's Prayer, you are pleading with the God not to forgive you until you also forgive you. Let me repeat. Forgive us our trespasses only as we forgive. In other words, don't forgive us until we forgive. And it means that good relationships, first of all, are based on forgiveness. But number two, you are being told, because it will happen, you must be forgiving. Why are you not having good relationships with people? It's not because they have done something wrong to you. It's because you have not forgiven them. Why? We are fallen creation. And because we are fallen, of necessity, we will do something wrong. When I'm talking to couples, young couples, I've written book, Paul, they are sold by Focus, so you can get my 2 books on relationship. One is called Friendship, the other one is called Finding a Right Partner. Both of the first one is friend relationship generally, there's not a relationship within marriage. And I'm trying to say, it's order to understand, this concept that human beings will hurt you. If they don't hurt you, you'll be shocked. And the trouble with us is when we are getting married, we get married assuming we are marrying angels. You know, some of us boys say, my angel. You know, we call our girlfriend my angel. Now, you continue calling her angel until you propose. If she agrees, you now know she's not an angel. Angels do not accept proposals. Okay, you getting my point? The very fact that she has said yes means she is human. Now you know she is human. Because you know she is human, she will hurt you. The only question is how soon. I mean, if she does not hurt you, if you find somebody who has been married like me, almost 4 decades, and they say, Nana, have you ever been hurt by Rebecca? I say never. There are only 3 possibilities. Only 3 possibilities. One of the possibilities is that I'm lying. She hurt me, but I am lying. That's a big possibility. And a lot of people like to lie, you know, so they think they'll please their wife by lying now, but they'll displease the Lord. The other possibility, why I have never been hurt, is a big one. One of us is pretending. In other words, even if I hurt her, she never accepts she is hurt. She's a pretender. And that's a big thing. In other words, it is true we have never hurt each other. Why? Because one party never accepts their hurt. Now, when that happened, if they were true, they have never been hurt because they have been pretending. The trouble if your friend, if your spouse is that type, please go into prayer. Catalonia is not far. Because it's a serious matter. Because it means they are bottling up and bottling up. When they erupt, they'll be bigger than a volcano. And that's why sometimes you wonder how, Nana, they have been married for such a long time. Have done such a wonderful. Now, how could they ever part? It's because it was bottling, never quarreling. They are such a fantastic couple. There is never a problem. My friend, the clarity is one of the, because someone is bottling up, there will be an eruption, and there will be an impossible eruption to control. So you need to understand when you hear somebody telling you, we have never had each other. Never, no. You know, a friend of mine who is a pastor says that when he is pre-counseling people for marriage, and they come wanting to be counseled, the first thing he normally asks them is, have you ever quarreled? And he says almost automatically, the boy will say, brother pastor, we are in love. How can you ever quarrel? He tells me about the particular one who came and they about to go arrive late. And then he asks them the usual first question. Have you ever quarreled? Says, sure, we are in love. Pastor, we have never quarreled. We are in love. Say, is that true? Yes. Well, turned out to the girl. You have never quarreled. Oh, we are in love. Say, session over. He said, why? Now, you are not ready for marriage. Says, when you go, it's not yet time. And he started putting papers to go to the door. Now, they realize he cannot be left in somebody's office because he's going. They also started going to the door. At the door, the boy said, Pastor, do you want me to tell you the truth? He said, but that's what I've been waiting for. Said, you know, we were supposed to be here on time. This lady came late. We came quarreling. I can't understand how she makes me late so bad. We came quarreling. We only stopped outside the door. He said, now come back. Because now you're qualified. Because if you have never quarreled, you are not ready for marriage. Because that means one of you is pretending, or both of you are pretending. And it's a very, very important thing. The third one, when you hear somebody saying we are married, never quarreled, is that the spouse died. They are not alive. I'm not communicating. We have been married, but one of the spouses gone. Now if they are dead bodies don't have any quarrels. So it's important to understand, and that's not about marriage. It's the same thing with your sister, your mother's daughter. You quarrel. If you quarrel, it shows 3 things. if you quarrel with your sister, shows three things. Number one, your sister is alive. She's not dead. So you should be happy you have a sister who quarrels, because it means she is alive. It's very important. Number two, it means that your friendship is so deep, you can risk. You know, for example, Professor, we know each other for many years. The day you are courting your wife, you are very careful about quarreling, isn't it? You have to wait until matters were stable. Even if you don't like her hairstyle, that's not the time to start saying, what's wrong with that hair? You wait until matters are settled. So you cannot quarrel. If your sister does not think you are having a good relationship, she will not ever tell you what she doesn't like. So the fact that your sister can tell you, hopeless, your hair is, it means she is so free with you. She knows even at the quarrel, the friendship will still remain. So that's what we are talking about, holistic relationship. It will be important to understand that if somebody is being able to tell you freely what they think about you, most likely it's because they think they are free enough with you. That's why they can take a risk. The third thing why it was important to have the sister quarreling is because you can improve. Yeah. Am I communicating? Yeah. So that if somebody doesn't tell you, you start thinking you are perfect. And if you are perfect, you are in the wrong department. Perfect things are normally kept in the finishing department. For you to be alive, it means you are good in process. You are still being manufactured. Am I communicating? Yeah, when you are that day, you will go to heaven. For you to be with us, means there is still something being worked on. You are goods in, like accountants call them goods in process. You are being worked on. So you need to understand that on this second principle, it's a very important principle. Learning that human beings will fail you, human beings will hurt you, and when they hurt you, your response to them is forgiveness. And it's important to understand. So when you hear people are in love, sometimes they even say love is life. And true. They can see what is wrong. But they have so much forgiveness. Do you wonder, can this guy see he's being sat on? You know, you face somebody and you see the way he's being treated by the wife and he's smiling. It's not that he is not aware, he is totally aware that he is being hurt. But he is forgiving. In other words, forgiveness is available even before the quarrel. Okay, the point. So love is blind. Does not mean he can't see. It means he has a lot of forgiveness. Am I communicating? Yes. And it's the important thing. So when you hear people having a good relationship, do not ever assume they are not hurting each other. It is that they know how to sort out their problems. They know how to deal with them. They know how to forgive each other. And they know how to open up to each other. And it's a very, very important thing. So forgiveness is a very, very, very important principle that one needs to deal with. Thirdly, and importantly, an important principle for family relationship is to understand that you do not apply to become part of the same family. In other words, it's not a choice. You just happen to be together. I know you're going to tell me, but not for a wife. Even a wife. My book is written, Finding a Life Partner. People are saying, choosing a life partner or fighting. I say, choosing is not your business. Choosing belongs to God. Your job is to find out who God has already chosen for you. And the same thing with your sister. The same thing with your father. Your father may be a drunkard, a village drunkard. I mean, you find him everywhere, vomiting on himself. And you're such a wonderful graduate. Sometimes you feel embarrassed that that's your father. But unfortunately, God did not give you the privilege of choosing. Your father is your father usipende. And that's the third principle that we must understand about the family relationship. That because of that fact that you do not choose who your family members are, it means you have to accept them as they are. That's a very important principle to understand. You do not choose, therefore you have to accept them as they are. If it's a husband, okay, you had an issue because Because even the pastor asked you, will you be willing? That time you could say you are choosing. But as soon as you got married, it's one-way traffic. There's no reverse gear. You can't say now I don't like him. I thought he is going to grow taller, but he has remained short. It's too late. Once you're married, you must learn to accept people the way they are. It's a very, very important principle. Accepting people as they are. If they are short, no, they'll not go tall. Are we together? Maybe if they are fat, they can become, you can ensure they go hungry. But the truth of the matter is, people remain the way they are. And what is worse, because I can see there are many single people here, people become worse after the wedding. That's something people don't want to believe. They think that if she becomes mine, like a Russia, you'll be a wonderful girl. What you don't know is that even when what you see wrong with her, she's struggling not to be bad. Because she doesn't want to lose you. So when the wedding, she told you the wedding, this is yours. And nothing can tunya you. Now, she will become her. Whatever was bad will only become worse. So you need to understand that. It's not that she wants to be bad. It's her nature. In fact, we're going to discover even others you didn't know. Like, I would guess that we're not supposed to know whether she's not. Because if you know, then I know you're going to hell. It's very important to understand. There are many things you will not know until after the wedding has happened. That's why I find it funny, Paul. You find some weddings, the bride is being asked questions about the husband, and it's very clear by the MC, and it's very clear the MC wants all of us to know that they're immoral. Because the question itself is indicating people have been in the same bedroom. And these are all saved. And they say, you mean this immorality have now become expected so that even the parents can hear. You know, you're being asked, I heard the other day in a wedding being asked, what does he move first, the trouser or the shirt? How would you know as a girlfriend unless you are immoral? I'm getting the point. So there are things you are supposed to enter into marriage by veil. If you enter by sight, you enter on your way to hell. It's very important to understand that as you enter into marriage, there will be things that will be challenging. Now, the main point of that point is you learn to accept the people the way they are. You know, some of us, even after many years of marriage, your husband is not exactly the one you wanted. You know, there are always two people. There's the one you married and the dream. You know, the dream you attended, like I still remember my first wedding to attend must have been 1957. I had never seen a wedding like that. From then onwards, I married. Remember, I married in 1979. So many years later, you already have formed an idea about how a bride looks like. The same thing, you attend a wedding as a small, and you formed an idea about what husband should look like. And even after you marry, you keep imagining that the guy in your bed is that one in the shadow. Because of that problem, your guy never satisfies you. Because he doesn't quite approximate the dream. And you can end up quarreling, dissatisfied in your relationship. What is causing it is that point. That principle. That you do not accept the one here. It's Dr. Katera, the Dr. Katera who used to say, you have a choice to make. Since you have two people competing for you, the one in your bed and the one in your dream, you have a choice. Either divorce the one in your bed and marry the dream, or divorce the dream and stay the one with the bed. And you'll be a fool to divorce the one in the bed, to marry the one in the dream. So you just have to accept, I never married that one. He's the one I actually married. Accept him the way he is. And it will be a very, very important thing to understand. When that happens, people start enjoying each other. The moment you accept the person where, and you know the first 2-3 years of marriage are very difficult. Because at the back of your blongata, there is always a feeling of now you are wasting your time. Some of our personalities and the way we are created, we are just different. And it's important to understand that. So we must accept each other the way we are. I promise I'll blink by 8. but I better add a few more points. Is that okay?
Yes.
Let me tell you three reasons why you have to accept each other the way you are. 3 reasons. Number 1 is called gender difference. Our gender difference. Women are born in a certain way. I know we are talking about to wear unisex clothes, whatever, but God Himself is the one who made us different. And you know, even the most liberal people have to admit men and women are different. How come there is no World Cup, football World Cup, that mixes men and women? Have you heard of one? No. You know what they keep saying here? Whatever a man can do, a woman can. And then there's athletics. Yes. And a lady from South Africa who seems to have hormones that like for a man, who has been given a lot of trouble, isn't it? Yes. Now you need to understand God created us totally different. A woman can never be a man, and a man can never be. Because of that, we attract each other. Because opposites attract. The reason why you are married is because you are different. But that difference is what creates a problem. Because women see things differently. An example I like giving is, I go to the village. I come from Nyandarua, and I'm in Nyandarua. My brother's wife has given birth, and I'm very excited about having a new nephew. I come back to Nairobi. What does Rebecca ask me? And ask me, did your sister-in-law get a child? Yes, they have a child. A boy or a girl? I don't know. How can you drive all the way and you don't? How can you not know? Sure, I asked. Was I supposed to uncover exactly how I found? But you know, a woman cannot come from the village before they find out. Yes. Ladies, am I right? Yes. It's not even something to think about. But a man, she's so excited it is a child. Whether a boy or a girl is different. And you can see we were not born by the same family, but we are similar. I'm getting the point. Professor, with me. So you need to understand that the reason you have to accept your wife is because she will be very different from you. She thinks differently. You know, she goes to a place, she comes to tell you what happened, she gives you details, and then I stood. Then the mother came from the left. She said, finish the story. What happened next? But she wants to tell you the story in detail. So it's important to understand. If you don't accept the details, the person feels like they never told the story. So you just have to survive. That's how to have a good relationship. By accepting the people the way they are. You start understanding that that's why God created them. A husband will come, you want details, they say, I stood, I put paper through, and then I drove, here I am. Now, what happened along the route? What exactly do you want to know? Many things. Now, you need to understand, you have to accept the man the way. It doesn't mean you are a better storyteller than the man. It just means you approach it from different angles. Remember, my principle is you have to accept, for a good relationship, we must accept ourselves the way we are. Number 2 reason why we have to accept people the way they are is simply our background. Even if you marry from the same tribe, your parents don't act the same way. They are different. There are some where men would never cook. But then you already have been born in a place where the husband was the one who always made, the father is the one who made breakfast. You have never imagined that a man could be waking up early to make breakfast. But you know he doesn't talk about it because he assumes. Since it's assumed, it's not a matter. Only for you to get married and he expects you to go and make. What's wrong with her? It's nothing, it's not because she's a woman. It's simply because she was brought up by somebody else. You have to start communicating. Because you see, you have to accept her in the way she is. And then you discuss. Find out. I'll make the egg today, but I'm feeling like a woman. Now, you just have to discuss it. Find out what the real problem is. So, are you understanding that people are different? And part of the difference is simply we have a different background. You know, some may be even your own family. And one went to Alliance, and the other one went to Kokoko High School. Now, just because of the kind of schools they went, this one went to a school where they never had seats when they're eating. They would just pick the food, say amen, amen, and eat. Before they sit, they have gone out. Now, these other one went to a school where you must sit down, eat with a knife. Now, so when they come home, the behavior is different. And it's all to do with background. You must learn to accept, you must differentiate something bad from worse. It's nothing bad or worse, it's simply different. Don't say that bad. Say it is different. And it's a very important thing to understand that you are not better than the other, you are simply different. So you can accept the people the way they are. However, as I emphasize that, I'm not talking about sin. Sin is already listed in the Bible, isn't it? We are not saying accept somebody sinning. You must tell them that the sinning will get them to hell. Let them get the warning from the scriptures, isn't it? Yes. But it's not that matters. You must accept it. So, the first thing we say that will cause the difference is gender. The second one is, the third one is personality. Personality difference. You need to understand personality, and that has nothing to do with the gender. There are people who are quiet and people who are noisy. And the noisy ones think quiet people are bad. And the quiet ones think noisy people are, they are not bad. They are simply different. They are simply different. So you need to accept a person that you have a talkative wife. So you must be ready. You know, she goes to your mother, tells your mother stories which you don't want your mother to know. You must accept her the way she is. You have a very quiet husband, and you go home wanting to impress your parents. What a wonderful husband you have. Then he just there. What do you say? Then he keeps quiet. And where you come from? Nyandarua. One syllable answer. By that time, the girlfriend is feeling like dying. You are letting me down. You need to understand. First of all, the reason why he is your boyfriend is because you are so talkative. You only like people who are quiet, so that you talk more. But now, when you are parents, you want him to. He can't change all of a sudden. Accept him the way he is. Can you see the kind of things that cause us a lot of those troubles? It's simply that problem of. So back to number one. What's the first principle that will help you to go have good relationship? Valuing everybody. However, as long as they're in your relationship, in your family, whatever, value them. Number two, learn to forgive them. Number three, accept them the way they are. Fourthly and lastly, just before, if you are going to have good relationship with the people, start to be frank with them. Start to be frank with them. Don't assume they know something they don't know. How can you tell me that? I didn't know it is bad. It's an assumption, and we are always debating with my wife. My wife is a writer in communication. And so she keeps saying, she must have told you, we keep saying that assumptions are normal. Life cannot be lived without assumptions. And I keep telling her those things are dangerous. You see your husband come late and you assume he must be seeing another woman. You have no evidence, you have just simply assumed. And you create a lot of havoc. So the way to deal with the matter is to start walking in the light. The more information you give, the less assumptions become necessary. And I can tell you, since, like my wife emphasizes, there's no way you can avoid assumptions, at least identify the assumptions. You must differentiate opinion, assumptions, and facts. Many of us assume that facts are assumptions, or assumptions are opinions. They are different. For example, my opinion is that Paul always goes to meeting before time. Now, I don't have facts. It's just a. If I start thinking it's facts, and Rahab knows the last time they were meeting, she came late, she just have it, isn't it? So, if I say, I think Paul normally comes early for meetings. You know now I'm admitting as an opinion. Most relationships are suffering because of working on something which is an assumption as if it was a fact. When you start learning a lot of things, people, and you know, you can always tell people who talk like that. You say, Nyandarua is, no, let me change. You know, Nyandarua is likely to be the one producing most milk in Kenya. The second one is just an opinion. So the ones I say likely, I give you permission to disagree, isn't it? Yes. But then I say Nyandarua is the one that produces most milk, and they already have facts elsewhere. You can see I'm a fool, isn't it? Yeah. Without quarreling about nothing. Money quarrels will be stopped when the people who know they are not facts accept they are not facts. That's how to deal with people. And you can see you relate well with the people because as soon as you open up to correction, I'll now correct you, isn't it? I'll correct you. But if you state something as achievement to fact, then I find it very, I don't want to embarrass you. So I find it very difficult to correct you. Now, I've already run out of my time, but I hope you can see those principles are not just principles in a marriage. They are principles in the staff room, professor. The same principles will be required as you deal with your boss, and you deal with your juniors, and you deal with your students. But they are also principles we can use in our father's family, and also we can use in our own family. My prayer is that God will help us to do it. But most importantly, they can help us in this branch, can't they? Yeah. Because sometimes people fail to come for meeting like this because Rahab annoyed them by the way she called. How can she call me 3 times? Does she think I don't listen? Now, so they decided not to come to punish Rahab. Now, you need to understand clearly. It is because they are unable to walk that last point. Open up. Say, please, Rahab, I don't like too many calls. 3 are adequate. Instead of running away, open up and talk, isn't it? Because he doesn't know the truth. It's you who knows yourself. I don't know which area God is talking to you about changing, even in order to have a better relationship in this branch. Let's pray together. Lord Jesus, how we pray that in your wisdom, you will help us to learn how to deal with each other in such a way that we become a team that can serve you both in our homes and in a fellowship like this one. Speak to us internally to find out what needs to change for us to relate better with the people you put around us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. I want to allow a question. I may have said something that